Have you ever wondered how a single spark can ignite a massive flame? This is the tale of the war in Israel 2023. The initial stages of this war were marked by a palpable escalation in tensions between Israel and Hamas, a simmering feud that eventually boiled over into full-blown conflict. President Biden's visit to Israel during this time served as a critical turning point, a stark reminder of the international stakes at play. As the world watched, the ground zero of a devastating conflict was set, forever changing the course of history. As the war raged on, the price of peace was paid in blood and tears. The year 2023 witnessed a heightened conflict between Israel and Hamas, with both sides unleashing a series of attacks and counterattacks that would forever scar the landscape of the Middle East. The escalating war saw a staggering number of casualties. Over 1,400 Israelis lost their lives, while more than 3,400 were injured. The toll was equally, if not more, devastating on the other side. Israel's counterstrikes resulted in 2,778 deaths and close to 10,000 injuries in Gaza. The international response was a mixture of horror, concern, and attempts to broker peace. President Joe Biden made a critical visit to the war-torn region, meeting with Israeli officials to discuss the crisis and reaffirming America's support for Israel. He also held meetings with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, Jordan's King Abdullah, and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, addressing the pressing humanitarian needs of Gaza's civilians. Despite the diplomatic efforts, the war continued unabated. The world watched as the conflict unfolded, its impact reaching far beyond the region's borders. Even nations like Finland found themselves involved, albeit indirectly, as they deliberated over purchasing Israeli anti-aircraft equipment. In the face of such devastation, the world could only stand witness, hoping for an end to the senseless violence. Every war leaves a scar, and the war in Israel, 2023, was no different. The aftermath was a chilling tableau of devastation and loss. The death toll was staggering. Over 1,400 Israelis lost and nearly triple that number in Gaza. Infrastructure crumbled under the relentless onslaught, leaving countless civilians without the basic necessities of life. The long-term consequences were equally daunting. Thousands were displaced from their homes, their lives uprooted in the blink of an eye. The economic impact was profound, with a double-digit plunge in tech stocks, and a ripple effect felt across global economies. The war also had a significant impact on international relations. Tensions rose as nations took sides, and the threat of future conflicts loomed ominously on the horizon. The war in Israel was not just a local conflict, it was a global concern. As the dust settles, we are left to reflect on the heavy cost of war and the precious value of peace. The war in Israel, 2023, serves as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of conflict, echoing the call for peace and understanding in our world today.